Hi student, I hope you understood by seeing the thumbnail that this presentations is for computer application student for class 10. The chapter is array and we are going to discuss about two-dimension array. Two-dimension array is just a matrix of rows and column. Here we can store a number in a matrix pattern. So without wasting time, first of all, let us know about the definition of a 2D array and then we start. What is two-dimension array? Just now I said what is two-dimension array. Now see the definition please. Two-dimension array is a type of array where we can store the data in the format of rows and column, that is matrix format. Two-dimension array index are represented by using two index number, one for column and another for row. That means we need two for loop instead of one for loop. First, let us see the syntax of array. Type, array name, new, again type, size in row, size in column. Now type means the data type of the array. If it is an int type array, we will write here, mention here as int. Then the array, two set of square brackets signifies that it is a two-dimension array. Then new, as usual, type, again the type. And the size in row means how many rows are there. Size in column means how many columns are there in 2D array. Now look at the example. Int is the type, a is the array name, two pair of square bracket signifies that it is a two-dimension array. New, then again you come to the point int, the type 4, 3. 4 is the size of in row and 3 in column. So we can say we are going to create or we declare an array that can store a number in 4 different rows and 3 columns. So what will be the shape of the array if there are 4 rows and 3 columns? Now here you see the shape of the array. You can see there are 4 rows and there are 3 columns. Now the question is how we will index it. Now this is how we will index it. Now 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side, this is actually the row side. I write here R stands for the rows. This is the rows number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and these 3 are actually the columns. I am just writing C. Now first cell, this cell is marked by this 0 and 1 position which is called 0, 0 cell. Then comes 0, 1, then comes 0, 2. So first row, then the column, right? So second row, first cell, what is the index for it? 1, then 0. So 1 is from here and 0 is from here. As usual, the second cell of the second row is marked by 1, 1, then 1, 2. That means we need two different numbers to denote the index position of a particular cell. First number is actually the row number and the second one is the column number. So every particular cell is just like Excel is the intersection of row and column. So the address of that cell is also denoted by the row number followed by column number. So in this way we can set, but you also have understood that we required a variable to denote the column as well as we required another variable to denote the rows. Now how we will do it in the form of rows and column, that means how we will accept it and then store the data in it. First of all we will learn how to assign data directly to the array. Now here we declare an array. A with two square brackets signifies that it is a 2D array. Now see the pattern. 2, 3, 4 within one pair of square bracket means this is the first row. So I call it 1. This is the first row. And this one is actually the second row. So we are storing the data at the time of writing the program. So if we directly assign the number in the array at the time of writing the program, we call it assigning data. In case of 2D array, we have to give braces to separate them, separate the rows. So first row, you can see it contain only 3 number. Second row also it contain 3 number. So it means that we are going to create an array with how many rows? 2 rows but 3 columns. Now let us check how it looks like if this number is present in an array. Now see, this will create as this is the structure of the array that we will create with 2 rows and 3 column. Now the index are like this: 0, 1 for the rows and 0, 1, 2 for the columns. Cell address exactly the same as previously, intersection of rows and column. So this number 2 is stored in 0, 0 location. Number 3 is stored in 0, 1 location, and number 4 is stored in 0, 2 location. As usual, in the second row, 6 is stored in 1, 0 location, 7 is stored in 1, 1 location, and 8 is stored in 1, 2 location. Now we will learn how to accept data and display it. Now to accept data, first of all, we have to declare the array. The size I have given 3, 3, which means 3 row and 3 columns. So it will create a square matrix because the number of rows and number of columns are same. Here we declare array of 3 rows and 3 columns. Now we need two variables. Obviously, we need two variables. One variable will denote the row numbers and another variable will denote the column number. So let us see in a small block of program. We need scanner class as usual, as well as we have to declare the class import java.util. You know that. So scanner object sc is created. We have to use sc object to accept data from the user. Int a square bracket given. So new int 33. This line is called declaring the array, and we have declared it with size 33, means 3 row, and the next one is 3 column. We require two variables, just now I said. So I and j, just like your pattern program. So 0 less than 3, I plus plus, I equals to 0, because you have seen the rows starting from 0. Less than 3 means 0, 1, 2, and I plus plus means it is increasing by 1. So variable I actually denotes the row number. We give a message to help the user understand. Enter the number in I plus 1 row. So first row, we call it I plus 1. Why? Because the value of I at the very beginning is 0. So 0 plus 1 will give us the result 1. So what message will be displayed on the screen? Enter in 1 row or the first row. Now let us go inside the inside loop or the inner for loop. J equals to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus, means the structure of these two for loop is absolutely same. Since it is a square matrix, we are starting with the first value of the column is 0, less than 3. Now we are displaying a message to help the user understand what we are going to do. J plus 1 is the row number and position, and the number means we are writing the first number, second number, like this. Now aij, a is the array name. Within square bracket we are writing ij. What is the value of I? At present 0. Value of j is also 0. So at the very beginning we are storing the number in 0, 0 cell, means the topmost left corner. That means first cell. We call it 0, 0 cell. We are storing the number. Now it will increase. Now check it. It will increase. It will get this brace and it will come here once again, and the value of j will increase by 1. Then it will check here. That means 0 to 1. Now the value of j is 1. So 1 is less than 3. So what value you will get here? Next time you will get the value 0, 1, right? So just 0, 1 number will be stored. That means the next number will be stored in 0, 1 location. So if it say what is the first location, just now if we write the first number will be stored in the 0, 0 location, next number will be stored in 0, 1 location, and the last number of this row will stored in 0, 2 location. 0, 2 is the last value. Finish. This loop is over. You will get this brace. You will come up again here. Value of I will increase to 1. 1 is less than 3. Very good. It will go inside. Again j loop will start afresh. Now what is the value of I? Is 1. What is the value of j now? Is 0. So it will be 1, 0, right? Next it will be 1, 1. Next it will be 1, 2. So the second row also finished. Again it will go up again. I will become 2 now. 0, 1, 2. This is the last value because it is said less than 2. Yes, 2 is less than 3. Very good. Enter the loop. Again j will start from 0. So now the value of I is 2. So it will be row first. So 2 first, then j, then 0, then again it will be 2, 1, and last one it will be 2, 2. In this way the number will be stored. This row number, means this one, is denoted by I and this number is denoted by J. I hope you understand little bit, but we will do program at the end of this presentation. Now let us go to the second slide to show you how we can display it. We have accepted. Now we stored that number in the array. To display it, simple. Again, two set of loop. One for loop I for generating the row number. Second inner for loop is to generate the column number. Again, we are printing in tabular pattern. We are writing print, not println. This means the number will be printed side by side. So we will print the first row, then we will come down to the next line. This println is just like your pattern program given to bring the cursor down to the next line. We will go up again. Value of I will be 1. Now second row will be printed. Then thereafter third row will be printed. This is how to display the array. After accepting, how to display the array. Now let us check it. Check it in programs. We will do 3 programs. First one, write a program to design an array of 3 rows and 3 columns. That means it is a square matrix. I am giving you example with simple program with a square matrix and display it in matrix pattern. So let me click on the link. I have set a link with it. So to display, this is the program I have already done so that we can save some time. Now class name I said display, import java.util you required for scanner class. Method declared here is main. Then the scanner object sc is created. We are declaring an array called A with 3 that means 3 row and 3 column. I and J as usual, 2 variable ready to generate index position. I to generate the value for the row number. So 0 less than 3, same message just now you have seen. So we are accepting the number J for the column number. So ij means 00, then 01, then 02. In this way, the first row will be stored. Thereafter, value of I will increase to 1. So 10, 11, 12. In this way, it will be stored. Just after accepting it, we are going to display it. This program I have shown you before only. So we are displaying it, right? The same pattern using print. So let us check it by running this program. So right click on it, void main. This is the terminal window. I'm giving the number for the first row as 1, 2 and 3. That means 0, 0, 0, 1 and 0, 2 location. We are putting this 1, 2, 3 in that first row. Second row we are starting with the number suppose 10. Next one is 20. Next one is 30. So this 3 number is for the second row. Now we are entering the last row or the third row. So third row, the numbers are suppose 6, then 7, then 8. So we stored all the number. Now you check the matrix. This is the matrix that you can see at last. 1, 2, 3 for the first row, 10, 20, 30 for the second row, and last one is 6, 7 and 8 for the last row. I hope you understand this program little bit. Let us go back to the presentation once again. Now our second program. This is the second program. Write a program to display an array of 3 row and 3 column square matrix and calculate and display row wise total. That means you accept the data in a square matrix, 3 row and 3 column, and after accepting data, find out the sum, row wise sum. So you have to find out the sum. You have to display the sum as well as the matrix in a matrix pattern. So let us check it. Okay, very bad. Okay, come back to this point. Let us check it. So we are going to find out the sum row wise. So here is the row wise program. Now class design as row wise. Util, you know it, scanner object we are creating. So first block is very easy. It is known to you. We are just now we have done it. Same square matrix of 3 row and 3 column. Ij is the location where we are storing the number. Once the user entered the number, this will be stored in this location. Now look at the sum carefully. I have used a variable called s equals to 0. We are declaring, initializing it inside the row. So first of all, we enter the for loop, outer for loop, then we declare s equals to 0. Then this is the inner for loop, j equals to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus. Now we are finding out the sum. So now please try to understand. J s equals to s plus ij location, the value is stored. This is the old value of s which was 0 just previously. So first number is added. Then we are we are displaying that number here. This portion is doing the display work and this portion is doing the addition work. So here we are displaying the number. Again we are going up again. So we are finding out the sum row wise. We are finding out the sum row wise. Once the row sum is over, we are displaying the sum of which row? I plus j row, or the sum of the first row is s. We are going up again. Value of I will be 1. 1 is less than 3. Yes, we go inside, flash out the data stored in s, because s is the variable which we are going to use for all three rows. So all three rows we are going to use it. That's why you have to flash it out. Whatever the data stored for the first row, we are flashing it out. We are starting again for the second row. In the same process, we are adding the second row. Once we complete, we are displaying the data. Once we complete, we are coming out and display the row total. That means second row total, right? So in this way, we are doing all the calculations as well as display. So the second set of for loop means the selected portion is for dual purpose. First purpose is to display the data of the array, as well as at right hand side we are displaying the sum for that particular row called row sum. So let us start the row sum again. We are entering data. Suppose we enter data, same data I'm entering for you. It will be easy for you to understand. 1, 2 and 3. This is the data for the first row. Second row, suppose 20, then 10, 20 and then 30. And the next the final row or the third row, it is 5, 6 and 7. Now once we press enter. Now check it carefully what I have done. Here see 1, 2, 3, there is a gap. Then sum of first row is 6. So 10, 20, 30, sum of second row is 16. 5, 7 and 5, 6, 7, the sum of third row is being shown. So this is how we can display array, as well as we are displaying the sum row wise, correct? You can design it in any way, but this is the easiest way to find out the sum row wise. Let us go back to the presentation once again. Row wise sum just now we have done. So now it is column wise, the last question. Write a program to design an array of 3 row and 3 column square matrix and calculate and display the sum column wise. Now for column wise there is a problem, because we have to display the number row wise, but after displaying it, then again a set of for loop is required to display the sum. In one single set of for loop we cannot do the display and printing of the sum same time. I will explain it how we have to do it. Now let me go back to the Java script. This is the column wise sum. The program I have done it for you. So first part, that means declaration portion of 3 by 3 matrix is same. We required extra variable to find out the sum called s, and the input portion, this is the input portion. We are accepting the data from the user. 2 set of for loop is required, one for the outer loop to generate the row number, inner loop to generate the number for the column. ij is the location of the cell. First we are starting from 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. You know that. Now once we store the number in the array, next job is to find out, display it, because just now I said we cannot use one set of for loop for two purposes. So we are now displaying it. Simple, we are displaying the array. Now I am drawing a line to decorate it. Now we are finding out the sum. So this for loop, the last for loop, is to calculate and display the sum. 0 to 3, yes, s is flashing out. We are declaring s here. Now here j equals to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus is for the column number. Sij. Now here I have changed it ji. That means if I draw the location, that means cell address, then you will understand. First one is 0, 0, then next one is 0, 1, third one is 0, 2. This is the index position of the first row, right? Index position of the second row means row number 1. Okay, so 1, 0, so this is 1, 1, and third one is 1, 2. What is the index values of the last row? Last row is the row number 2. So it is 2, 0. So it is 2, 1 and it is 2, 2. Correct? Now, column wise sum means we have to add this first. So, which index is changing? Left hand side index is changing. That's why I put here J and I let it I at the time of addition. So, if it is J1, now see, if it is J1, what is the first value of J? Obviously 0. First value of I is obviously 0. So, 0, 0, we will get this index 0, 0. Next one, value of J will be 1. Now in the left hand side I am writing J. Be careful, left hand side I am writing J. So it will be 1 and next one will be 0 because this is I. So it will remain constant and which one is changing? J is changing. Then the third rotation of the final rotation, value of J will be 2. So it will be 2, 0. So that's why I change this position. This is the trick that you have to understand, why it is not IJ, why it is JI, because I have to change the left hand side and leave the right hand side as constant. Now once it is finished, I am displaying the sum backslash T. Now look how I am printing the sum. I am printing the sum here, then I am going to the next cell. So first I am printing. Now once the first column addition is over, I am going to the next column position so that I can display the sum just below it. So I am printing horizontally and backslash T is given for this gap, this trick I have applied. Now without running the program we cannot understand it. So let us run the program, row column wise addition. Okay, value I am giving the same, 1, then 2, then 3. These are the 3 value for the first row. Second row, just now I said 10, then 20, then 30. This is the second row. And the third row, what value said? I said 5, 6 and 7. Now press enter. Now see the total. Since I draw this line, it's look good. So 1 to 10 plus 1, 11, then 5, 16 we are getting it. So in this way, column wise sum is displayed. So this array you have to display first, then you have to display the sum. You cannot do it in one set of for loop. So how many for loops you required? Just now you see we required 3 set of for loop. First we require to accept the data here, then we have to display the array, then we have to calculate the sum and display the sum. So third array purpose is to display the sum as well as to calculate the sum. Second set of for loop or the middle set of for loop is to display the element of the array only, and the first set of for loop is doing what? Accepting the data for the array. Right? So more program you have to practice. Obviously this 3 program is not sufficient, but at least you understand little bit how 2D array is working. Right? Now we are returning back again to the program. I hope you understand. Try to practice at home, try to do it yourself. More you do it yourself, more you understand, more confidence you get. Right? And at the end of this presentation, I'm also giving 2 links for some other program or some other important array program. You can check that link, you can click on it, you can see those sorting, which is obviously for single dimension type. Some more program I will upload for 2D array. So bye bye for today.